What a great story you got to tell here.
I do. I really was looking forward to this interview. It's an interesting story to share about a local woman who owns a shop in Solana Beach. So the gist is a postcard sent to her 25 years ago from a friend was just now delivered to another woman with a similar name, or recently, and now she's been reunited with that friend. All these twists and turns. So Caroline Reyes is here to tell us all about this, and you have pictures to show. This is amazing. This went to the New York Times.
It did.
Yeah, so what happened? This was sent to somebody else that had your old address in New York?
Yes. Well, not only did she have my old address, the exact apartment, she has the same last name as I have.
So that's where the mistake was made.
Yes. And she, the other coincidence is that she is going through sort of a crisis in her life, as I was when I lived there. She's the exact same age I was when I lived there. She had just come off a 4-year relationship, and she was considering moving. She has been considering moving to California, and so she just one day went to her mailbox and found this card and saw Reyes, and the card basically was written as almost in prose.
As if it was to her.
As if it was to her.
It's really beautifully written. I don't know if you want to read any part of it. I'm sure you've read it. But anyway, it's just it just talks about that life is a romantic adventure. Remember, romance is everywhere. That was one line in it. And this is 25 years old, so she probably thought, this is speaking to me.
Yeah, and it was talking about the flowers in the hills in California and how they were in bloom. And she's like, oh my God, this is like some kind of, message from above that's luring me to California. So as she looked further, she realized that it wasn't actually Joanna Reyes on there, it was Caroline Reyes. Mm-hmm. And then she could not really figure out who the sender was. And so she tried to Google me, and there were lots of Caroline Reyes, much to my surprise. And she just couldn't find us. And she just thought, I wonder who these two friends were. And she set out to try to find us.
And she did.
And she did.
And she reunited you and the friend, and you also met this young woman as well.
Yes. And yes, we met in New York. The New York Times, they found us. The New York Times can find anybody. And we all met in New York. And we just, it was wonderful.
How was it when you saw your old friend? Because she was there, a dear friend of yours, and then you lost touch with her.
Right. It was like neither time nor distance had any role in our relationship. It was just like where we left off. We just had that kind of relationship. The thing is though, had I have gotten that card, this is the whole thing. If I'd gotten that card, I may have been sort of lured back to California, because I really was at a real sort of crisis point, a crossroads in my life. And even with the gentle nudging, I may have chosen to go back home to California.
But you ended up meeting your husband, your now husband.
Yes, my
okay,
husband,
let's just show a picture. I know it's really kind of far away, but if you can hold that really still up there. And I know you used to work in TV, so you know.
Yeah, yes, I used to work in TV, and I met my husband, Brett Dorson, and we both have our business in Solana Beach, the Birdcage on Cedros Avenue. And here's our only child, Ray, our Ridgeback. Thank God I stayed in New York to meet my now husband.
It's such a great story that all of this kind of interwoven over all these years, and it brought you all back together. So, and now the young woman may move here to California.
That's correct. That's great. She may come here. I now have a very dear friend. We stay in touch. My girlfriend Rose will be coming to visit me in San Diego.
Well, good. Maybe we can have all of you on next time.
Hey, it would be fantastic. It would be fantastic.
All right. Well, I know this is very precious, so I'm going to give that back to you. And it was so nice to meet you. Thank you. And thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, for more information and maybe for a link to the original article, you can go to san diego6.com and click on